Hey guys, it's Eric, owner of Far Point Farms here in the mountains of North Carolina, and we have a rare warm day here in late December of 2019. And I wanted to take the opportunity to use that day as I did a little bit of touch-up work this morning. But this is the Brinly lawn sweeper, the yard sweeper that I got from the Brinly Corporation, again thanks to them. And I have had a chance to use this thing now extensively here on the farm, and I wanted to make a follow-up video. I'm pretty darn pleased with it. And I'm going to get this off the tripod. I'll show you up close how it's held up. It certainly is quite dirty because, you know, as the year went on, we got moisture in the grass here this morning. The leaves are wet. It still works very well with wet leaves, which was one of the big surprises or big questions I had about this thing before I got it. But it has worked really well. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'll get the camera off the tripod. I want to show you the yard to show you how well it's cleaned up the yard. And I'll just kind of go over some of the things that I see going on with it and give you my final opinion. Now in the spring when the grass is growing, or in the summer when the grass is growing, I do have one more thing I want to try this Brinly yard sweeper for. I want to try to turn this into the poor man's hay baler. I'm going to let the grass in the back field grow real tall, cut it with the tractor, then come back and scoop it up with this and see how well it collects grass. And then, you know, obviously it won't bale it for me, but I can take that grass, let it dry a little bit, give it down to the chickens and the rabbits and the other critters down there and see how well they enjoy that. So that'll be in the spring. But for right now, let's take a closer look. All right, as you can see, it's dirty. A little bit of mud, so the tires are, the treads are pretty well covered in mud, but it has not affected its ability to work. Now, there's gears on each of these, you can see down in there, and that's actually what propels the sweeping mechanism, and they're working fine. So that's held up really well. Pretty much haven't adjusted it. I left it at that adjustment right there. And other than to haul it up and down from where I go, that's it. I mean, it's worked pretty well. You can see inside here, lots of mud. The little sweeper itself, I'll zoom in here. Hope you're enjoying the 4K. It's dirty, but they're functional. It doesn't look like it's lost anything. I do have some trash over there on that side I need to clean out. Where it just, here, I'll zoom in a little closer. You can see it's just too much stuff got wrapped in there, probably long grasses and twigs. So I'm going to go in there and clean that up before parking this thing for the winter. But it didn't affect its use. I was still turning and whirling the whole time. The canvas itself is held up really well. No rips or tears that I'm aware of. Looks pretty good to me. Yeah. So overall, not a bad investment here. Let's see. I'll have to go ahead and walk you over here and show you the yard itself. Now there are some leaves that had come down. I did the front here actually before the first snowfall, and there were still a few leaves left on the trees, but I mean, take a look. Overall, you can see down there where I did some of the work earlier on in the first video. I mean, it's pretty nice, cleaned up really well. So I'm real happy with it overall. If I had to criticize it for anything, for a piece of property this large, it certainly takes some time to clean, 6 acres, but that's not really the fault of the machinery. That's just the way it is. I mean, you're going to have something like this, especially with a lot of big trees on the property, and I certainly have those. Well, you're going to end up with a lot of leaves and a lot of trips to wherever you want to dump those off. So I guess that'll do it for today. Just a real quick follow-up video I promised to do at the end of the season. And it is the end of the season. We're getting ready for another snowfall here shortly. I wanted to get this in before then. Anyway, I am Eric, the owner of Far Point Farms. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, perhaps you will think about liking and subscribing. And I'll see you next time. Take care.
There's always something that needs a little fixing on farm.